Well, our first morning traffic report's coming up in a few minutes. In the meantime, our weather, partly cloudy and warm today with a high of about 60 for this evening. Partly cloudy, continued rather cool, the overnight low 38, and sunny and mild tomorrow with a high of 62. Right now, partly cloudy and 48 at 1450 WBSR, the station Pensacola grew up with. Well, our first morning traffic report's coming up for you in just a few minutes on 1450 WBSR. WBSR with Jim Golden and friends. Monday morning, glad to have you with us. It looks such a nice day today. Well, what is this?
Oh, hello,
Oh,
Jim.
hello, Granny.
How you doing this morning, James?
Oh, Granny, I'm fine. How was your weekend? Tell me that.
Well, James, I just sat around and reminisced all weekend.
Oh, really? About what?
Well, you know, Friday was my wedding anniversary.
Well, that's what you were telling me.
And yesterday I got to thinking about the time your late grandfather and I decided to recreate our honeymoon.
You actually did that?
Oh, yes. We went back to the same little chapel where we took the vows all over again.
Mm-hmm.
Then we went to the little country inn where we spent that first night together as man and wife.
Oh, that's nice. What happened?
Well, I put on the nice white gown, and your grandfather, he looked so handsome.
Mm-hmm.
And then we lay down, and he whispered, "Sweetheart, do you want me to bite you on the ear like I did that night so many years ago?"
Oh, what did you say?
Well, of course I said yes.
Oh, what happened then?
But then he got up and he went to the car.
Well, why did he do that?
Well, he said he left his teeth in the front seat. Well, James, I have to go. It's so good to see you. You take care of yourself.
Hey, thanks, Granny. Bye-bye, Granny.
Bye-bye.
There is a way to avoid the high cost of dental. Florida Dental Care in University Mall.
Pensacola weather partly cloudy today with a high of about 62 for this evening. Clear and continued cool with a low of 35. And for tomorrow, sunny and mild with a high of 64. Rather pleasant outside right now considering what we've had for the past couple of days. Partly cloudy and 49 at 1450 WBSR. WBSR and Loves Me Like a Rock, which is not a song about technique, I don't think. 644 with Jim Golden and Friends Helpline, the Lakeview Center Incorporated, the 24-hour confidential crisis line, is seeking volunteers. Training starts tomorrow, as a matter of fact, in crisis intervention, suicide prevention, and counseling skills. If you'd like to volunteer, I have all the information. Call me at 432-1450, the studio phone at WBSR.
You must
I mean, who needs a second-hand emotion anyway? WBSR, Tina Turner, and what's love got to do with it? 647, it's 13 before 7 with Jim Golden and friends. Monday morning for you. Our first traffic report this morning finds nothing really going on. Still a little bit early for a heavy traffic flow, but the Florida Highway Patrol and the Pensacola City Police Department report it's Monday morning. Report they are working no accidents at the present time, and there are no traffic flow problems anywhere. No traffic flow problems on the I-110 spur or on the Pensacola Bay Bridge or on the I-10 bridge. Now, there may be a problem later on this morning down on T Street where they're installing some drainage pipe, and part of that may be blocked off, but that's not a major thoroughfare, so there should really be no traffic flow problem in that area. Keep driving safely. It's our traffic report from WBSR. WBSR with the Beach Boys and God Only Knows from 1966. 650, that's 10 before 7 with Jim Golden and friends. Coming up after 7 o'clock, we'll have Golden Stew Talk with Rex Rude. Also, Paul Harvey, news and commentary. More traffic information for you. And music from Steve Perry. Going to get down with Tyrone Davis. And the classic from Roy Orbison with Jim Golden and friends at WBSR.
You, my Longfellow serenade.
Well, if you had to get to work at 7 o'clock and you aren't there yet, you're late. 7:05 with Jim Golden and friends at 1450 WBSR. WBSR with Steve Perry and Foolish Heart for you. 7:08, 8 minutes past 7 with Jim Golden and friends. Well, of course, tomorrow's the anniversary of the birth of Elvis Presley. That means we'll be playing a lot of Elvis music here on the morning show, so tune in for that. In the meantime, what's happening? We're being invaded by a group of Hare Krishnas. No, we're going on the road again with someone other than Willie Nelson. Isn't that wonderful? This is Canned Heat from WBSR. got your favorite songs from then and now on 1450 WBSR. 1450 WBSR with Wham and Wake Me Up Before You Go Go. 7:19, that's 19 past 7 with Jim Golden and friends. And it is now time, ladies and gentlemen. And those of you who merely wish you were for Golden's Tube Talk, it is our daily look at what's going on in the sometimes mindless, yet sometimes entertaining world of primetime television. And with Golden's Tube Talk, as he is every day, here he is, our resident TV critic, the dapper one and only Rex Rude.
Hi, and good morning, Jimmy boy.
Good morning, Rex. How was the old weekend?
Jimmy, it was a boring weekend, but I did score a perfect 36 on the golf course.
Oh, right. You did, but then her husband showed up, right?
Jimmy, that is so tacky. Come, just go over there and shut up and let me talk about tonight's TV schedule.
Okay, I'll
Jimmy,
do that.
coming up at 7 o'clock tonight on Channel 10 is something that this show of yours would fit perfectly into. That's TV's Bloopers and Practical Jokes, starring Dick Clark and Ed McMahon.
Right.
And they feature tonight some classic outtakes from the old Johnny Carson TV series, Who Do You Trust, from years gone by.
Sounds interesting.
Channel 53's 7 o'clock movie is 1971's One More Train to Rob, starring George Peppard and John Vernon. Over on the cable, Jimmy, on Cinemax in 1979, an outstanding presentation of The Onion Field, starring James Woods. And the Movie Channel, with the anniversary of Elvis Presley's birth coming up, they present the 1970 documentary Elvis, That's the Way It Is, which was a concert and tour documentary filmed on Elvis. Coming up at 8 o'clock, Jimmy, Channel 3 we'll see the Thornbirds again on Channel 3. This will be part 2 of a 4-part miniseries. Channel 10 counters with a made-for-TV movie called A Reason to Live, starring Peter Fonda and Ricky Schroeder. At 9 o'clock on Channel 15, we can see a little Perry Mason episode.
I love those things.
And Jimmy,
Yeah.
tonight is a good night for Rock Hudson fans, because at 9 o'clock on Cinemax, they present 1957's A Farewell to Arms, starring Rock Hudson and Jennifer Jones. And Channel 15 at 10:30 on their movie presents 1964's Man's Favorite Sports, starring Rock and Paula Prentice. And that's just about it, Jimmy. It's a very, very, very good schedule tonight. And what's that silly grin on your face?
I'm just thinking, you and your perfect 36.
Jimmy, I mean, you have no room to talk. Even as an infant, you were grabbing for the nurse instead of the bottle. This is Rex Reed reporting.
The following is a factual counting time stoppers at 433 STOP.
Paul Harvey news and commentary coming up, as is another traffic report. Weather partly cloudy today with a high of about 62. Clear and continued cool this evening, low of 35. And for tomorrow, sunny and mild, high of 65. Right now, partly cloudy and 49 at 1450 WBSR, the station Pensacola grew up with. 7:37, 23 before 8. The movie news and more traffic information coming up from WBSR.
I'll say goodbye.
WBSR with the Carpenters. That's Goodbye to Love for you. 7:40, 20 minutes before 8 o'clock with Jim Golden and friends. Law Line tonight on Cox Cable Channel 6 will feature a discussion about the Florida beverage laws, and Leo Thomas will host that if you want to tune in and check that out. Here's Roger Ebert with the movie news on WBSR.
It's an annual tradition for movie critics
On WBSR.
Our next traffic report coming up in a few minutes for you. Partly cloudy and mild today is our forecast. Clear and cold tonight. Continue fair and warmer on Tuesday. High today 62. The overnight low 36. Tomorrow's high 64. Sun's come out. Temperatures climbing up to 50 now at 1450 WBSR with Jack Wagner. 1450 WBSR, the station Pensacola grew up with. Some of you grew up listening to that song, Day After Day from Badfinger from 1972. 7:49, that's 11 before 8 with Jim Golden and friends here. Our traffic report this hour, it's been a rather quiet, mellow Monday morning. I guess we all have a hard time getting started on Monday, and drivers are included in that. No accidents working at the present time. The only problem we have is that T Street construction project, which may be causing some traffic flow problems in that area. But the good thing is that's not a high-density traffic area, so there should really be no problem there. But if you're on T Street, watch out for that. And that's our traffic report from 1450 WBSR, the station Pensacola grew up with. WBSR, just do that to me one more time. Well, Maybe not quite as hard this time. 7 minutes before 7 o'clock with Jim Golden and friends. Coming up after 8 o'clock, or 7 minutes before 8 o'clock. 7 o'clock somewhere. Coming up after 8 o'clock, we have music from Julian Lennon, also Isley, Jasper, and Isley. And more traffic information for you from WBSR. Well, good morning to all of you who are running late for work this morning. 8:06 with Jim Golden and friends at WBSR. WBSR with Volat from Julian Lennon with Jim Golden and friends. Well, today's the day to audition for a role in Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat over at Pensacola Junior College. They need about 15 guys and 15 girls who can sing and dance a little bit. Plus, they have a role for someone who can do an Elvis impersonation. If you need some more information, call me at 432-1450. Studio phone right here at WBSR.